You want it to stop? Oh.
One person is killed every half hour due to drunk driving. Every year, about 16,000 are killed in alcohol-related crashes. Alcohol is a factor in almost all of traffic fatalities. Every other minute, a person is seriously injured in an alcohol-related crash. Putting breathalyzers in all vehicles would help prevent drunk driving crashes and injuries. More than likely, if you are over the age of 21, you or someone you know has been affected because of drunk driving. When high school kids head off to college, they are exposed to alcohol more than ever before. They feel like they are finally free because they are away from their parents and are more curious to experiment with booze. When it comes to going out, finding a taxi or a safe ride home seems to be the last thing in mind. In 2009, 5,851 passenger vehicles drivers killed had a breath alcohol content of 0.08 or higher. Out of those drivers, fatalities for which restraint use was unknown, 72% were unrestrained. Drivers with a blood alcohol of 0.08 or higher involved in fatal crashes were 8 times more likely to have prior conviction for driving while impaired. If breathalyzers were placed in all cars, people would have to blow and make sure they were not impaired before starting the vehicle. I believe that this would help tremendously. Some 47 states already have an in-car breathalyzer where a driver convicted of DUI or DWI may be forced to install if proven guilty. I feel if this came standard with the purchase of a vehicle, then it would be an effective preventative action against accidents and injuries. I believe that drinking and driving accidents will keep getting increasingly worse. I think that the government should start taking preventative steps and making it mandatory to have a breathalyzer in your vehicle before you buy it. Russ Rader at the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety says his group backs the notion of interlock devices. He is quoted as saying the Institute strongly supports interlocks for first-time offenders, but wouldn't mind seeing this happen come standard with the purchase of a vehicle. There is also a cooperative venture underway involving motor vehicle manufacturers. The federal government and the Institute would oversee development of advanced in-vehicle detection technologies that would be suitable for all drivers, not just convicted offenders. In my opinion, there is only good that can come out of requiring breathalyzers in vehicles. Most young people by nature are too carefree and do not always think about the consequences of their actions. I am not saying it is only young people who need to be monitored, but the facts show that there are more accidents occur from young adults under 25. There should be nothing to worry about if you are not drinking and driving, so I do not see the negative side to being mandatory to be placed in vehicles. Now I will show you a PowerPoint. Okay. Here it is. Of all traffic deaths in 2006 caused by drivers of the 1,794 minors aged 14 and below who were killed in motor vehicle crashes, 306 occurred in alcohol-related accidents. Of those 306 fatalities, the minors riding with drivers who had a blood alcohol content at or above 0.08% made up 1/2 of the fatalities. Tragically, the 13,470 fatalities in 2006 caused by DUI drivers were slightly higher than the 13,451 fatalities caused by DUI drivers in 1996. One would hope that a decade of public service announcements, education in high schools, and defensive driving schools, as well as work by community groups such as Mothers Against Drunk Driving, also known as MAD, would have lessened the fatal impact of drunk driving. Drunk driving myths. I can hold my own booze. I know that I am sober enough to drive. All I need is something to eat and I will be fine. I won't get caught. And that is my PowerPoint presentation on my problem solution to drunk driving. Install breathalyzers. Thank you.
What about the end of the...
Oh, yeah. Did you press that?
No.
Okay.
The problem with the PowerPoint, all you saw was like the glass and the gavel. You couldn't make out what was